Good morning, everyone. Um, I'm here today, for right now anyway, just to share some more items for my 100 thing challenge. A few things I've been working on the last couple of days. Um, First of all, I've been crocheting some snowflakes. I I went up to Joann's the other day and I bought a skein of a lightweight yarn. I usually use crochet thread when I'm crocheting, but I bought a skein of lightweight yarn, and it's white with a little bit of silver sparkle in it, and I've just been crocheting a bunch of snowflakes. I have a project to use them in, but we'll get to that later. And then some when my mother was having her cataract surgery, um, I was waiting there in the waiting room for her to finish. And while I was waiting there, I was using up a bunch of small pieces of yarn or thread that I had, crochet thread that I had, and I was just making a bunch of small doilies. So this is one of the small doilies that I made while I was waiting there. And then just a few days ago, I went and embellished it um, for an embellishment on a page or something. And I put a little metal filigree in the center. And then I had this little uh, pink boot. And then I put flowers and feathers and bling around it. So there's one. And the other one was this, I just had a little tiny piece of white and it just made this little tiny doily. And so on it, I put again a metal filigree and a bird and a feather and some bling. So let's see, the snowflakes I wrote down as the snowflakes are number 68. These embellishments are number 66. Number 67 was I needed to make, or I wanted to make some thank you cards. Um, that will be sent out during the Christmas season. So I wanted Christmassy thank you cards. So I just made these little 3x3 cards, and I put uh, the blue paper, leaving the white around the edge, and I stamped a picture on the front and embellished it and colored it a little bit. And inside, I just stamped thank you on one side and have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year on the other. And then I put my stamp on the back of the card. Now, when I did these, first I started out by putting um, some sparkle glue on certain parts of it. And other parts of it, I wanted it to be very light, backgroundy type colors. Um, and I was thinking like watercolors and very pale and in some spots and maybe some spots blank or whatever. And of course, I'm not creative enough to bring that thought to reality. So I used some colored pencils that I had, and I think it worked out real well. Like on this one, I did the candy cane in red, and I did the bunny in a light brown, and a little bit of pink in his ear, and you can just barely see the colors, but when you look at it, you know they're there. And that's basically what I wanted, something that didn't overwhelm the card or, you know. And then I went and I put some stickers on them. This one it was just perfect to put one of these little Christmas hats on the bunny rabbit. And I did um, 4 of each design, and this is the second design. And I just put the gold stickles on the ornaments on the tree and the white stickles for the snowflakes around it, gold on the star, and then the little gift package at the bottom. So I made 4 of those. And then I have this little gingerbread house that I just put little gingerbread man next to it. And I put stickles on the roof and on the snow on the bottom, and then colored the house with the colored pencils and the candies around it and stuff. So that's how I did that one. And I did 4 of those. I did 4 of this little deer in the forest scene. And on here, I just put some holly up here at the corner. And I stickled the grass in green and then the snow on the mountains in white. And then I colored the green, the trees green, and the deer in a brown. And like I said, I did 4 of those. And here we have little Pooh putting candy canes on the reindeer's ears. And I put a little candy cane up here in the corner and used white stickles for the snow around their feet. And I colored the candy canes in red and gave Pooh a red hat, a green scarf, and he's in brown. And the last one that I did was this little Christmas scene. And again, I just put the holly up here at in the corner, and I stickled the the snow in the white. Excuse me, Matt. Dry throat. I stickled the snow in the white, and then I colored the buildings and put yellow in all the windows. And so that's how I did this one. So that gave me a bunch of little thank you cards that I can send out between now and Christmas. And that was number 67. So that's kind of what I've been working on. I've been trying to fix my mother's Santa that is broken here around the base. I can only glue one piece at a time and then have to let that completely dry, otherwise it keeps knocking it off again. So anyway, that's what I've done for the last few days, and I may possibly be back later with a few other things. So thank you very much for joining me, and have a very crafty day.